Anxiety is not normal during your cycle. And I see this also really commonly. When you notice an increase in anxiety in that 2 weeks prior to your period, that is definitely because your progesterone is dropped. It's not the only mechanism, but when your progesterone drops, what happens is your progesterone is a regulatory molecule for estrogen, okay? But it also drives the what's called GABAergic part of your nervous system, which is the calming neurotransmitter GABA. And so if you don't have enough progesterone to drive that GABAergic system, you end up with low GABA, and then you end up with increased anxiety. Now this can happen all month long. This is not necessarily just your cycle, and it's certainly not necessarily just women, but it is one of those common things that happens when we see these disruptions in that whole microbiome endocrinology system, which is why we do microbiome-based endocrinology, because your endocrinology, which is your hormones, is always on top of your gut. Always, 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 always. Always, right? No getting around it. So we see a lot of that just disappear when we heal the gut. And then sometimes we have to support some additional support in the hormone endocrinology, like directly, to get that balanced out the rest of the way. But I hope that you don't have it, and if you do, or you know somebody who has it, send them this video, because there is so much that can be done. You do not need to be on antidepressants, neurotransmitter, like reuptake inhibitors, necessarily. You may in the short term, but you always want to have an exit strategy with any kind of anti-anxiety medication or depression medication, because those things aren't normal, right? Having those imbalances. You don't have a medication deficiency, you have a microbiome issue that's affecting everything. So I hope that's helpful.